Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and the cryptocurrency is clearly in focus right now, with the headlines clearly coming in from Solana, which has gained 550% in this year until now, with much more stronger gains coming in last 24 hours itself. Bitcoin is the second with nearly 127% of gains in this year, and Ethereum has gained up by nearly 75% as well. Well, there are investors excited about what's happening in sense of crypto. There are expectations of a spot ETF as well coming in for Bitcoin. All of these really keeping the markets excited there. Joining me now is Ajeet Khurana. He's founder Reflexical. Ajeet, I thank you so much for joining us. And what a year it has been. What a comeback that we've seen cryptocurrencies make. But what is really happening with Solana is worth talking about. To begin with, what's your sense on this one?
So the interesting thing is that the upcoming bull run, let us assume there's going to be one, is all about adoption, where the number of users are expected to go up from a few million all the way up to a billion. And we are all trying to predict which will be the blockchain on which they will ride. It's not going to be Bitcoin. It could be something related to Ethereum, such as Polygon. But now the market seems to think that the biggest winner of the adoption of crypto is going to be Solana. And since blockchains earn a fee every time there's a transaction, it is expected that Solana is going to earn a lot.
If you look at the market capital as well, I mean, we are off the all-time highs that we have seen onto this one. But how would you describe the year gone by? I mean, 2023 clearly seems to be standing tall.
Absolutely. So what happened is that if you look at the previous bear markets that crypto has seen, unlike the one that we are presently maybe coming out of, those were crypto bear markets. This time around, crypto fell along with all other asset classes because of the interest rate hike, removing liquidity from the markets. So if we are indeed on a threshold of a Bitcoin spot ETF in the US, B, Bitcoin halving coming up in 6 months, C, no further rate hike, maybe a rate reduction, then we are in for a really good time.
All right. I was also reading the Burnstein Report, which says that they expect $150,000 for Bitcoin by mid-2025. I mean, there are reports like this coming in. We're trading at 37,000 right now. All-time high has been 67,000. 150,000 is way higher there. Would you say that these are all the factors that you just spoke about could be supportive?
I think that the single biggest factor, if we see multiples of the kind the report talked about, would come from a spot ETF not just getting permitted, but also getting popular. Because ETFs, by their definition, hold negligible cash just to support redemptions. The rest of it has to be deployed into the asset. The market cap of Bitcoin, though it is 733 billion, being a global asset, it's a very small market cap. There are individual companies who are bigger than this. So I think that if several billion, let's say 10, 15, 20 billion comes into this market, it could cause a lot of price slippage in the upward direction.
How are you then looking at the global markets as they are right now? I mean, we've seen euphoria and we've seen criticism and corrections and a big bear markets going there. From where we stand right now, how would you call crypto as a segment? Would you say we are moving towards maturity? Would you say that people are holding on to this? Are businesses taking it into?
So if you were to divide the journey of Bitcoin into segments of 4 years each, in this 4-year period, which is from 20 to 24, the difference between the least price and the most price is only about 1:8. Earlier, it was 1:15, and the previous before that, it was 1:80. These are definitely signs that the extreme volatilities you would hear about, like prices changing 10% in a day, are now largely a thing of the past. Markets are maturing, coupled with the fact that the depth as well as the liquidity in the market is increasing.
So going forward, how would you look at 2024 when it comes to the segment?
If you will allow me to change your question to next 2 years, because 2024 is too close. So let's say 2024-25, I am extremely bullish. Okay. As in, while of course everybody needs to get their own financial advice and look at their own asset allocation, I am personally doubling down on my holdings in various crypto assets.
Any favorites there that you're ready to share with us?
So with great hesitation, I would say that, and this is not a financial advice, I would say that risk as well as return considered, Bitcoin stands tall. Okay. If you want to consider higher returns and you are willing to bear additional risk, then some of the mid caps or alts should come into picture. But I don't have the courage to recommend any names there.
All right. We'll take your word for this Bitcoin then. And as you said, next 2 years could be bullish for the segment. I mean, we've all waited for the last couple of years to hear those kind of words. And most financial regulators now seem to be warming up to the idea, and so has been the case with investors as well. Thank you so much, Ajeet, as always, for joining us and making sense of all of that madness that we continue to see in that space.